What are the most commonly asked questions in a personal injury case or in a personal injury case deposition? Being involved in a personal injury case can be overwhelming, and it can be downright devastating if you actually have to sit for what's called a deposition. Navigating this process is very difficult, and it's good to have a key ally on your side with a very experienced personal injury attorney. First and foremost, they want to know who you are. They want to know your name. They want to know where you were born, all the background information that kind of makes you who you are, right? And this is critical for them because they like to do an investigation on you to see if there's anything they can do to minimize the amount of money they have to pay you for your injuries. Next, the most important thing is going to be the accident details. They're going to go over the accident in question with you, and they're going to break this down piece by piece, meaning that if it was involved in a slip and fall accident, they're going to break down that fall into milliseconds about what was going on and on and on. Very pointed questions. They're doing this to kind of trip you up, try to make you seem like an unreliable witness, that you don't really know how you may have fallen. Doubly with motor vehicle accidents, they want to know you don't understand exactly how it happened. You don't know how many lanes were on the roadway you were traveling. You don't know what direction you were traveling. A lot of times they try to stump you up to say, well, so-and-so, you were going south, but you told me in your deposition you were going north. They try to stumble a little bit. So that's very important to kind of address prior to the deposition. Ultimately, the cases are resolved with what are your injuries and what is your treatment. So this is a big section as well. This involves what doctors you chose to go see, the length of time it took you to get to a doctor's office, and ultimately the treatment you decided to undertake at the recommendation of your doctor. Now, this is a surprise to many people, but trials for motor vehicle accidents in the state of Florida are often not about the injured party. A lot of times they're about the treating doctors. They're about the doctors who did it, and they put the doctors on trial because they don't trust them, because they feel if they can impeach the doctor, they're not going to award you any money. So these are some things to make sure you're with a qualified, experienced accident attorney, so you get with the right health professionals as well. Another section to talk about is what are your damages? What are your losses? Damages can include medical bills. Damages could include loss of hearing, loss of sight, could be dealing with back pain, neck pain, could be dealing with forever pain, a loss of a limb. These are critical in determining the valuation of the case. They also want to go into witness statements. Who did you talk to at the scene of the accident? What did they say to you? What did you say back to them? To kind of get a whole view of exactly how the accident may have occurred. One overlooked fact is mental and emotional well-being. A lot of trauma, mental trauma especially, from significant injuries can elapse, and they want to know about that, how you're coping with that, how you're dealing with it. One other area they like to get into, some attorneys are kind of afraid of these types of cases. I love these types of cases. They're called pre-existing injury cases. Let's say you may have had injuries prior to, or you may have had dealing with back pain. You may have gone to a doctor 3 years ago for a back pain. Well, now you were in an accident, and that back pain that you had, which was a consistent 2 or 3, is now a 6 or 7. So an exacerbation of a pre-existing condition is compensable in the laws of Florida, and it's nothing to shy away from. So they're going to ask you about those pre-existing injuries, the prior accidents, and you want to talk openly and honestly about them. It is critical you speak to an experienced personal injury attorney in this area who can go through these deposition questions prior to and make you feel easy prior to answering them. I sit with each and every one of my clients anywhere from 2 to 4 hours prior to the depositions, going over everything, making sure they understand and they're comfortable with it. The most important thing is to be yourself, be honest, be open with the insurance company, and ultimately that will lead to a just result for you and to be a likable person that you probably are. If you've been involved in a motor vehicle accident, and if you have questions about deposition coming up or the pre-suit matter, insurance companies calling you to answer some questions prior, give me a call. My name is Scott Leaser with the Leaser Law Firm. We're here to hold your hand and help you through the process.